Hello, welcome back to another You Ask, I Answer episodes. Um, Occasionally you hear me criticizing bidders that bid too early on any auctions. And occasionally some people will say, why is it bad? Nick, why is it a bad thing to put in a maximum bid when I feel like it? And if I don't win the book, la di da. What does it matter? Why is that a bad thing? I would try to answer this as concisely as possible without rambling, because I can ramble for a long time with this topic. First up, just a quick poll for all the sellers out there. Do you enjoy, do you like to see early bidding, high bidding early? Raise your hand. All of you? Yeah. For the bidders out there, how many of you don't like to see hot and heavy early action on a book that you're interested in bidding? Raise your hand. Almost all of you? Yeah. I can guess that, yeah. When you place a bid, let's say if it's a book out there you want and it's $50, you want to pay maximum $50, and starting bid is $1, and you can apply this to any book of any value. Okay, but I'm just going to use this example for simple sake. If a book is up for auction, starting bid $1, you are willing to pay maximum $50 for this book, and you jump in there, put in a max bid of 50 even when there is 5 days left. What is the one scenario that you win? Consider winning here. Nobody else bid, right? You won the book for $1. Doesn't matter. Okay, if the seller is a legit, honest seller that doesn't show bid, la di da, you won the book for $1. Okay. Same scenario. What if there is another collector out there that said, I like to buy that book, and he jumped in after you did and put a bid for $5. But then he stopped. Guess what? You won the book for $6, right? So still not a bad thing. Your max bid was not violated. Okay? Nobody here is gonna criticize those examples as, don't do that, that's a bad thing. But unless you're bidding on something that nobody wants, you know how things go. Often there are multiple people fighting over the books. Okay? Caveat here, if you're buying stuff that nobody cares, it doesn't matter. Okay, but if you're buying things that other people are fighting over, it's a big difference about playing your cards right, not playing your card early. So same scenario again. You place your bid for 50 max, another collector come in. Now this collector come in on the last day with plenty of time to spare, so he's not in a rush. Okay, he put in $5, not high enough. He upped it to 6 to 8 to 10 or whatever it is. Let's say he stopped at 15. You won the book at $16. Still not a bad scenario, but what if you wait? Okay, you willing to pay 50, but you're gonna set a snipe. Okay, you're gonna set a snipe with 10 seconds to spare at 50 for $50. That other collector who placed a bid for $5, he placed a bid for 5. Nobody else overbid him, so he's feel confident. He's like, hey, cool. With 10 seconds left, You jump in, you place your bid, maximum 50, but you only bidding $6, right, to win the books. He has no time to react. You get the book for $6. You see that? You see the big difference between the different scenario, okay? Often, when you place a maximum bid, first off, I can give you so many different other scenario where you end up paying more than you should when you bid early. But I can stop right there for now. The thing is, when you place your bid, your max bid early, even if you are one of those disciplined collector that say, I will never pay a dollar more if someone outbid me. I don't care. I don't care if the books, the listing is going to be on for another 5 days. I don't care. Okay? If you are one of those collector, good for you. It still does not make the way you do things the best way. Now, what happened is when you do that, let's say it's a hot book, and you place your max bid, you don't care. Now, what that happened is it encouraged some other bidders, especially those that are not disciplined, okay, to overbid, because they jump in and bid and they outbid you, and guess what? Everything benefit the seller. Okay, as a seller, we love seeing people fighting over books early because it encourages people to fight and overbid, overpay. We win. We, the seller, win. So even if you are disciplined, there are plenty of people that are not disciplined, right? We can all agree on that fact that a lot of collectors out there are impulse buyers. The impulse buyers will overbid. They can't help themselves. They bid on something not high enough, they go back and bid more. Not high enough, they rebid. Okay, those kind of impulse collectors will benefit the sellers. And if you are one of those guys or one of those collectors that don't care, I don't care if they overbid, overpay, they stupid, I don't care, my max is this and that. Well, guess what? That's fine. You don't have to help out other guys or other collectors in this hobby. That's not your job. Your job is to want that book. Your goal is you want that book, and if you don't get it, you don't give an F what other people are doing. Okay, so I understand there are people that approach this hobby that way, but go back and listen to my scenario in the very beginning. Okay, and like I said, I can throw in a lot of different scenario that you are not the beneficial of. You don't get the benefits of bidding early. There is no benefits. I hate to say it. Now, I understand some people don't have time to sit there and watch the auction at 2 a.m. or whenever. People works, okay? But like I said, especially on eBay, there are sniping. There are a ton of sniping services that are free. It costs you nothing. You sign up for an account, you open an account, you enter in your eBay ID, you enter in. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And then for those that are not familiar with sniping site, gavosnipe.com, okay, that's one of the sites that I use. It's free. It's not a software, it's just a website. You don't have to download anything to your computer, and you can set up a snipe with 10 seconds to go, 6 seconds to go. I tend to go with the 10 second because there's a lag and I don't want to miss out on bidding if I trying to play cute and put in like a 3 second before the ending. What if there's a glitch on my internet or some kind of lag and I end up can't bid, right? So 10 second, 7 second, I think mine is set at 7 seconds right now because there are times where I place a snipe and someone is quick enough to jump in and rebid, before the time expires. So it does happen, but at the end of the day, if you are set to bid on something with a certain maximum, you only help yourself. There is no harm in setting a snipe and not put your bid in early. None whatsoever. The only thing that you can, it's very few scenario that you are the winner when it comes to placing a bid early. Very few, as I mentioned in the early part of the video. Very few scenario that placing a bid early was the right thing to do. Often it is not. It's never the smart thing to do. You don't review your card early, and if you deal with a seller that show bid, my God, those sellers that show their auction, their listings, they love seeing people like you. They love seeing people that put max bid in early, because you know what they do? They do the discovery walk. They will walk it up to the max so that it will encourage other people to jump in and overbid. Okay? There's too many sellers out there that do that, and some of them are more clever. Okay, yes, there are very clever sellers out there that can show bid without doing the stupid things. And what is the stupid things? Stupid things are people that show bid, you know, let's say you put in a max bid of $100, right? They do the discovery walk 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Those kind of discovery walk are moronic sellers. The smart seller is not gonna bother discover a max bid that way. Okay, they don't need to go up by $10 increment. It's idiotic. But there are those out there, so there's no way to know for sure if, you know, a seller is show bidding or not by looking at past history. Like I said, clever sellers can disguise show bidding very easily. So the best thing to do to protect yourself is not bid early. Trust me.